Hi everyone, today we'll be taking a very in-depth look at a team that uses Xiangling as a Pyro main DPS. Recently, Yanfei has received plenty of attention for being a 4-star Pyro DPS, the so-called first of her kind. But let me tell you that we have been given a 4-star Pyro DPS from the very start, and we have overlooked her for so long. This team is strong enough to take on floor 12 and comprises only of 4 stars. While my showcases later will use the very best equipment I have, I will be sure to provide budget options for people who want to build this team. The core components of this team are Xiangling, Bennett, and Xingqiu. The last slot is used for buffs and supplementary damage and is thus a flexible slot. The general idea is to buff Xiangling, cast her burst, and have it vaporize enemies with Xingqiu's Hydro application. Xiangling's burst is a long-lasting pyronado which deals high AoE pyro damage. This can be made to deal extraordinary amounts of damage when combined with Hydro for reverse vaporize, as Xingqiu's burst applies Hydro constantly for a long duration. Bennett's burst, Fantastic Voyage, provides an attack buff to the character standing inside. While this is already very strong, when Xiangling casts her burst while buffed, the buff applies to Pyronado and lasts for the full duration of the spell, even if Xiangling steps out of Fantastic Voyage's area. This is known as Snapshotting, and we'll be taking advantage of this mechanic to turn Pyronado from an energy expensive but decent Pyro AoE ability into a lethal DPS machine. Here is a brief overview on how to build Xingqiu, although we have already covered this in our Vaporize video and won't be spending too much time here. Basically, it is recommended that he use the Instructor's 4-piece set bonus to buff allies by causing reactions. His burst provides Hydro application, and this allows for you to carry out a chain of Vaporize reactions. For the 4th slot of this team, there are several options to consider. Sucrose is an excellent choice as she can provide Resistance Shred, Elemental Mastery buffs, and if equipped with Thrilling Tales or Dragon Slayers, a significant damage buff to Xiangling. For this guide, I'll focus on Sucrose as she is my personal choice and a character that I am experienced in playing and building. So here is the rotation. Use your Bennett to cast his skill and burst for Pyro application and to buff your party. Next, use Sucrose's skill and burst to shred enemy Pyro resistance and to buff the party's Elemental Mastery. Now, switch to Xiangling and use her skill and burst. Finally, switch to Xingqiu and use his skill and burst to apply Hydro. Now that the combo is complete, you will notice that as you attack, Xingqiu's burst applies Hydro to enemies only for Xiangling's burst to reverse vaporize them for massive damage. Every couple of seconds, swap to Sucrose and Bennett as required to use their abilities to generate Pyro energy in Bennett's case, or to cause Resistance Shred and grant Elemental Mastery buffs in Sucrose's case. But wait! In the earlier tutorial clip, I did say to use Xiangling's Pyronado first and then to use Xingqiu. I would thus be losing out on several reverse vaporize hits, as Pyronado will be out for about 2 seconds before Xingqiu's burst is active to apply Hydro. So why did I do this? Well, it comes down to energy generation. Xingqiu, with Sacrificial Sword, can cast his skill twice and generate a ton of energy. If I use Xingqiu before Xiangling, then when absorbing these orbs, none of them will go to Xiangling, as Xiangling's burst bar would be full. Yes, I know they are Hydro orbs, and Xiangling is off the field anyways, so they will not generate that much energy. However, from playtesting this build, energy management is critical to ensure a smooth flow of bursts from the 4 characters. So even a tiny bit of energy matters, and honestly, even if you do it the other way, Xingqiu first and then Xiangling, is not a bad option because you give up some energy but you deal a lot more damage with some Vaporize hits. This is just an interesting point to consider. Here are some team comps for Xiangling as a Pyro DPS. As Bennett and Xingqiu are the core members of this team, I will not suggest any substitutes for them, but besides Sucrose, there are several options for the 4th slot. Firstly, Chongyin's skill and burst can cause reverse melt while Pyronado is active for massive damage. Chongyin is in fact the original choice for the 4th slot. His Constellation 2 is notable in significantly lowering the cooldowns of his teammates. Next, Ganyu and Rosaria can be built as burst supports in order to apply Cryo constantly, allowing for high damage reactions when interacting with Xiangling's Pyronado. Another option is to choose Mona and cast a burst while Pyronado is active in order to deal a massive amount of vaporized damage. With the new Electro buff, Facial may be another possible choice by causing Overload and Electro Charge reactions. Now, it's time to show off Xiangling's prowess in the Spiral Abyss. Thank you everyone. We hope Xiangling has impressed you enough to earn her rightful place as one of the strongest DPS choices in the game. We will be releasing a video exploring the Electro buff next, so we hope you're all excited. Until then, see you all next time. We are proud to represent the following Discord servers: the Liyue Teahouse and the Genshin Galaxy, where over 1,000 players who all love Genshin Impact are gathered. We are also partnered with Pandesal's Bakery and Honeysea, so do check them out. We would like to thank these servers for supporting us. Their invite links are in the description below.